Welcome back. This is Mike Rush to be fit. And today I have Whitney, and Whitney has had some amazing weight loss, 97 pounds, and you lost it in 18 months? 18 months. So what's good about that is it wasn't like a dramatic weight loss in a short period of time. She took a little more time to lose that, which me personally, I think that's better than trying to, do a dramatic, because actually your skin has a chance to stretch back and that kind of thing. So, I mean, I only lost 40 pounds, so 97 pounds, she actually did. I mean, some people are 97 pounds, so you actually lost an extra person, really.
Yes.
So the reason I really, not only that she's had a dramatic weight loss, but she also eats vegan, and what that's about. Now, I mean, I know really nothing about eating vegan, and it's funny because when people do eat vegan, you almost like call them like they're vegan. Like, well, you don't call me, hey Mike, he's a carnivore, and sometimes they have a bad rap sometimes from people that, oh my gosh, they're vegan, what does that really mean? I mean, I think some of the problem is some of them are a little preachy about it, I guess is what you want to say. Whitney is not. That's what she believes, and that's how she eats. So, Whitney, so how long have you been eating vegan?
I've been doing this for 3 years as of May, and it was an overnight switch.
Now, so what was the switch? So what was the trigger that just said, I'm just eating vegan now?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been a very social person. I've been in the restaurant industry. With that, you eat a lot, you go out a lot. I just gained weight consistently over the years, but I was a very happy person. I didn't look at myself and think poorly about myself or even think I was overweight, and I was nearing 300 pounds at the time. I moved to Oregon. I have friends in California. We all wanted to meet in Vegas. We all got to Vegas and didn't realizing that you look at a building across the street and it's actually 3 miles away. By the time you get there, I was out of breath. I was exhausted. I was tired. I couldn't keep up with anybody. I was in bed by 8:30 at night. I never went out. I never went out with them. And I had 3 people from 3 different states coming to visit me, and I was in bed every night.
Yeah.
So after that, and we took group pictures, and I saw myself for the first time. Really saw myself. And
I understand that. Yeah, I've had some pictures that I go, oh, that was me? What the heck? How did I get like that? So
so I went home and said I have to make a change. And I don't know how I heard about it, but I heard about juicing, and I had Netflix, so I watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead juicing video.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
And so I'm
watching
that
was some amazing stuff on that too.
Absolutely.
So,
and he's not vegan, but it just Netflix at the end of the video saying you like this video, watch that video. And I saw a video called Vegucated. So it was kind of a 6-week challenge to get 6 people to eat a vegan lifestyle and live a vegan lifestyle. So they kind of showed animal cruelty things, which I was completely blind to. Even in the restaurant industry, I never questioned where'd my meat come from, where'd my eggs come from, where's this dairy come from, what does the animal go through. I never thought about any of that, and I saw it. I sat there and bawled my eyes out and haven't touched meat since. Just complete transformation overnight. I lived with the chef, and he taught me kind of the ways to get out of it, and taught me, honey's not vegan. Like every little thing you had to think about.
See that? Yeah, you don't think of that. I never even thought about honey's not vegan. I guess
comes from bees.
Yeah. So.
So it I just did it overnight, and in the first month I lost 30 pounds, and just from the pure change.
Just the change of the diet itself.
From seafood eat it to conscious eating. And I didn't even want to eat anything that looked like an animal product, so I didn't eat vegan meat and cheese dairy substitutes. I just went almost raw plant-based.
Okay.
And I just hung out in the produce section trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because I asked you about maybe doing a food prep, and you said, well, I don't really food prep, because
Yeah.
so you prepare your food every day.
I do. So I'm out of the house between 12 and 18 hours a day. I work 2
Okay.
jobs. I work out every day.
Uh-huh.
I leave at 4:30 in the morning. I get home at 7 at night. And so I have this giant lunch pail, and I fill it with nuts and seeds and like a smoothie bowl, and I put hemp seeds on it in the morning, and then I'll snack on cauliflower and sugar snap peas and blueberries, and I just kind of take food with me, but I don't really I don't do a lot of meal prep. I'll go home for
Okay.
lunch, and I'll have a vegan burger with mushrooms and
Okay, so
avocado.
so you don't even really count calories or anything. You just
Not
do
now.
you?
I
No.
was so strict when I first started.
Okay.
6 meals a day, every 2 to 3 hours. I was counting my macronutrients. I was watching my
Okay.
calories. I worked out first thing in the morning and in the evening.
Okay.
And my fat loss to muscle gain was almost identical as even. And I did it really well, but I just did that every day that I'm kind of in that intuitive eating phase.
Right.
And so I don't always have to count everything and prep it out, but every 4 to 6 weeks, I'll look back at what I'm eating and say, okay, I need to tweak it a little bit.
Okay, exactly, because when I first started losing my weight, I was like, I counted everything, you know?
Mhm.
So now I don't. I mean, I
Yeah.
I can look at my food and I know if I'm
Right.
eating the correct amount and all that kind of stuff. So you've sort of gotten into that phase where you just sort of know now,
Mhm.
since you've been doing it for a while, how much you need to eat. And
Yeah.
then I do the same thing. I'll assess. I go, so what was I eating? How many calories am I eating? Because I'm thinking, I don't even know how many calories I'm eating. So
Right.
sometimes I'll count it to see what it is. And I mean, I can tell in the mirror if I'm doing good or not,
Right.
you know? So yeah, I'm with you.
Right.
So the one thing I'm really confused on with a vegan diet is how do you get the protein? So how do you, because you need protein in order to build muscle. So what do you do for protein? I mean, I know it's like, I'm not an expert in nutrition, so I'm not an expert. But what I understand is you have to have a couple of different sources to make it a complete protein. Is that, or am I
No.
totally misunderstanding this?
No, it comes from nature. I think it's complete protein, but what I found in the beginning I'm having a really hard time with is that you're not going to get that protein without an excess amount of carbs or fats.
Okay.
You can't just get a protein like you can from chicken or animal flesh.
Right, right.
So my carbs have always been a bit higher, but I try to really focus on fibrous carbs versus starch carbs, and my particular body type functions very well off of a high fiber protein diet. So I can get all of my protein from, broccoli is super high in protein. Mushrooms are high in protein.
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms, yes.
I never even thought of a mushroom. I don't
Yeah.
really like mushrooms, but hey, I never even thought of that. Huh.
In the beginning,
Okay.
when I became vegan, I was incredibly strict on not having any plant-based versions of meat products. But now I
Okay.
do supplement with that. I have protein powder I use, when waking, after a workout, before bed, kind of thing.
Right.
I also eat the Beyond Beef burgers, which are amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's 23 grams of protein there. But
Okay.
if you do eat, a combination of starch and fibrous carbs with your proteins, there's a lot of protein in your legumes, in your rice, and
Okay.
your other plant-based products. But there's protein in everything. You just have to
Right.
figure out what works for your body type.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's actually more digestible. It takes less work for your body to break down a water-soluble or plant-based product, that you get more of the protein out of that
Oh,
product than
okay.
you would from other sources.
Right, right. So one thing I really like about what you're doing is that, some people say they eat vegan, but they sort of do and they sort of don't, So, but you decided, I don't like the cruelty to animals, of how they're slaughtered or whatever to feed everybody. So that's bothered you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't only eat that way, you also, you said your makeup,
Yeah.
your clothes.
Clothes, everything.
Everything is, so that's what I like, is that you're not pretending and just doing it just because it's a trendy thing or something. You're doing it because this is what you believe. And so everything you do is because of that.
Yeah, and I would never knock somebody for saying, you know, this plant-based diet works for me, but I don't believe in the vegan culture.
Right.
That's fine. Do you know, whatever. Work with what works for you. For me, just because I didn't respect my own body, I didn't respect myself, I wasn't gonna ever obtain a diet or a lifestyle that would be something just for me and my health. I had no relationship with my body. I didn't care. But being able to externalize it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna save 99 animals a year by just doing this, then I started thinking of it deeper. Like, well, what else are animals used for?
Right.
And thinking of wool socks or you know, any other animal-based silk, anything that's animal-based. I just wanted it out of my life and the best I can, because I finally externalized something and I was able to do it for the greater good of another being. And then I gained the relationship with my own body.
And I think, and you know, what I'm trying to put out here is, I'm not saying vegan is right or wrong, okay? If somebody wants to eat that way, hey, great, you know? And I like that they really believe in what they're doing. The one thing I think is why sometimes people get a bad image is they just, some just, like I just got a post on my Facebook today about, 2016, I posted a picture about, I had some cake, I might as well finish off with a pizza, you know? And she made some snarky remark, which, whatever, you know, whatever. But it was like, okay, if you're trying to just, I mean, you could say, you know, that's just not how I eat, I'm, you know, or whatever. It just makes you just go, well, thanks for slapping me, you know? I understand you believe in that, but you don't have to like slam me about it, you know? So I like that that's not you. I mean, you believe in it, and if somebody asks you about it, you're definitely gonna tell them about it, but you're not like, I wanna say like, not militant, but you know what I mean. Like some that are at restaurants and saying, don't kill the chickens, or, you know, and they have like blood, and I mean, it just, come on.
Yes.
You know, that does not make anybody want to come to your cause. If you're really trying to have somebody like believe in, you know, the animal cruelty, which I've seen those too, and it is horrible. It is horrible, and I don't like those images. But it would be better to, I mean, live the lifestyle, and you show through how you live. And someone's going to say, hey, you know, you are just like, you know, you look good, you know, what are you doing? And then you tell them what you're doing. And I think that's a better approach. And that's sort of how our culture is right now, sort of like you're either, if you're not here with us, you're against us. And if you're over here, you're against us. And we just need to be able to, you know, get together and just say, hey, you know what, this is what I do. This is what I believe. But not say you're a horrible person because you don't.
Right.
You know, that's what I think is how a lot of people envision somebody that eats vegan.
Yes.
I mean, they don't even say they eat vegan. They say they're vegan, like they're an alien or something, you know? It's really, really strange. So, but, so what, I mean, am I thinking, I mean, that's
you're spot on.
Okay.
And I have to constantly combat that and be ready for it. But I'm not an argumentative person,
Right.
and I'm not selling my ideas. I'm just living my own lifestyle.
Right.
But I'll sit at a dinner table full of friends and family and others, and someone will go like, oh, Whitney's vegan. And then someone will say, wow, I can never live that lifestyle. I can't believe you do it. Or they'll attack. And at that point, I just have to say, I'm happy to have your company here. I'm just gonna enjoy my lifestyle. You enjoy your lifestyle. Let's, move on.
And that's how it should be. Yeah, because the people on the other side, I mean, that aren't vegan, say nasty things like, oh, let me eat this steak in front of you. Oh, do stuff like that. Like, dude, you're not making it easy. Don't do that. If you're doing that, don't do that, because that's just horrible. I mean, especially if somebody really believes, they don't like the animal cruelty or whatever. Why would you do that to them? That is just horrible. So, I mean, both sides, I mean, we don't want to see bloody things outside of a restaurant saying how horrible we are that we're eating whatever. And you definitely don't want us to sit there and go, oh, let me eat this steak. Let me rub this, grease on you, or, whatever people think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it comes from both sides, and I just don't know why we can't just understand the other person. And if you believe that, great. If you don't, you're not a horrible person if you don't. So
my ex-husband was a chef at a major restaurant out here, and he ate meat. He ate a lot of meat.
Right.
So we coexisted. We lived together. I'd, cook the food, and then he'd add his protein to it at the end,
Right.
or whatever it was. So we coexisted fine. The guy I'm seeing now, he eats a meat diet, and that's fine. I don't care.
See, so you can even date somebody
Yeah.
that's not vegan, so you don't have to, Anyways, that's sort of what I wanted to get sort of across is what it is. I mean, so people can see what it is and why a lot of people do eat vegan is it's usually, it seems like it's usually not really just a diet thing, although that does help.
Yes.
Because you're eating a lot better.
Right.
But also it's just your belief in, the way people treat animals and that kind of thing. Because, a lot of you feel like a dog, why is a dog a pet and not a chicken or whatever,
Right.
And I totally get that. So I totally respect that. So anyways, I think, is there anything else you'd like to have anybody understand or know about a vegan diet or?
Well, I think as far as we've covered diet, we've covered exercise, a lot of people are curious about supplements.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
vitamins and how I get my nutrients. Protein's always the biggest question, but it's
Right.
the least important, really.
Yeah, it sounds like. I didn't know you had protein in mushrooms.
Yeah, there's protein in everything. I never lacked protein. When I was covering my macros, I always got 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body.
And that's a lot.
Or
That's
per pound of weight, yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
So I have absolutely no problem getting protein. Anybody who eats soy products, there's controversy on soy, but it's super high in protein in a vegan diet.
Right.
I have a soy intolerance. I don't touch it.
Right.
So
A lot of people do, so that's, yeah.
And I'm doing fine. But other people want to know, well, what about the rest of your vitamins? Plant-based food provides all of the vitamins and all of the nutrients you need, minus B12. B12 is the hardest thing to get, so I do supplement with that. It is found in animal proteins mostly.
Right.
Other people want to know about vitamin D. Vitamin D is put into milk. It's not actually found in milk, but it's fortified in there. You actually can get it naturally from mushrooms again.
Oh, dang, I didn't know mushrooms were so good. So I don't really like mushrooms, but I guess I better start eating those. So,
But I get all my protein and almost all of my vitamins are from natural plant sources.
Okay.
And then I'll supplement where needed. But
Right.
I'm not dying, and I'm healthy.
Yeah, you look healthy. So, I mean, obviously it works. So, I mean, because I'm not really big on supplements. I don't take any supplements other than I do protein, just because I just need a little more protein for my diet. But because it's hard for me to eat that much chicken, I eat chicken.
Yes.
So, but it's hard for me. I don't have a huge appetite, so it helps me just to do a supplement of protein. But that I don't take any other.
Yeah.
I
You
just
don't need to when you're eating healthy.
No, you don't. Because if I'm eating vegetables, I'm eating, a good carb, and I'm eating some protein. I mean, come on.
Right.
You don't need all this other stuff. So quit it. No, just kidding. If your doctor says you need, supplements, definitely take them. But I don't personally take them, and I understand why you would need to take a B12 because you're not or D, if you're not getting those. So this is Whitney. And thanks for being here. I really enjoyed the talk, and I'm glad we were able to find out what eating vegan, I'm not going to say vegan, what...
Being a vegan.
Yeah, being a vegan, this vegan here, no, what having a vegan diet is and how well it's helped you. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, and hey, if you like my station, go ahead and subscribe, and if you like my video, like it. It's Rush to Be Fit. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks.